The most powerful voices in NBA analysis often come from the legends of the game icons whose opinions can shape global perceptions of players. So what have these legends said about the NBA's rising superstar, Luka Doncic? Let's start with the GOAT of 90s basketball, the man who built a global empire while wearing number 23 Hall of Famer Michael Jordan. When asked about Luka, Jordan said, "A phenomenal player. And at such a young age, he's demonstrating the skills it takes many guys, years to develop. It will be incredible to watch him continue to advance in the league." Jordan clearly acknowledges Luka's brilliance, but in typical fashion, he stops short of full-blown praise, perhaps to preserve his own legendary status. On the other hand, Jerry West, known as the logo of the NBA, had no hesitation in praising Dončić. When asked to describe Luka, West said, "Look at Dallas. One player has transformed them into a playoff team. He'll be the best player Dallas has ever had. I have great respect for Nowitzki, but Dirk is not Luka." Everyone wishes they had a 20-year-old who plays like him, and he hasn't even scratched the surface. It's fun to watch. Genius. When pressed further on what he meant by calling Luka a genius, West elaborated, "I've been around a long time and I've seen a lot of special players. How many true superstars are in the league at any given time, maybe? 5 or 6? There's a difference between all-stars and superstars. Luka is a superstar. That's what he is." That level of admiration from a legendary executive and former player speaks volumes. Then there's Charles Barkley, known for being brutally honest and unapologetically opinionated. In 2019, he said, "Let me tell you something, that boy Dončić, he's the real deal. As we used to say in my day, that's a bad white boy. I mean, he's not there yet, but we're getting real close to little black kids in the hood wearing his jersey. Real close. It used to be Larry Bird, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, Ginobili, that was it. Dončić, if he keeps this up, his number's next." But Barkley's tune wasn't always so positive. Before the draft, he was among the loudest doubters. "I don't trust foreign competition. I got nothing against foreign players, I just don't know what kind of competition they're playing. They told me he was MVP at 18. Well, that tells me the competition was weak. Nobody should be dominating grown men at 18. Not even LeBron did that. People forget Kobe struggled early, so did KG. If Dončić was dominating at 18, I wouldn't take him. Top 2. It doesn't add up. Talent evaluation, even for legends, isn't always precise. But others, like championship-winning coach Greg Popovich, had a more measured and insightful take. He described Luka as a quintessential basketball player. He has an intrinsic feel for the game, but he was also built for it. Luka Doncic might have made a great handball player, but at his size, to have such elite court vision, passing ability, and confidence is truly rare. He shoots well, competes hard, and clearly loves the game. His skills are top tier, simply a joy to watch. Greg Popovich, a legendary coach known for his honesty and restraint with praise, had this to say about Luka. "I hate to say this, he's not Magic Johnson, but it's Magic Johnson-like in how he sees the floor. He has an intuitive feel that you just can't teach. He's just got it, and he's great at it." Popovich made it clear he wasn't trying to put the pressure of Magic-level expectations on Luka, but emphasized that the young star is doing an incredible job. Even Magic Johnson himself has been impressed by Dončić. Following Luka's game-winning three-pointer against the Celtics during the 2020-21 season, Magic described him as a once-in-a-lifetime player and MVP candidate. He's even expressed hopes of seeing Luka in a Lakers jersey someday, possibly alongside Anthony Davis, to form an unstoppable duo. Another NBA legend and one of the game's best three-point shooters, Reggie Miller, was asked to compare Luka to Larry Bird. Miller said, "Larry Bird was a straight assassin. He'd put 35 on you in a half and had that killer instinct. Luka has that same instinct, offensively dangerous, and he can pass. Luka tries to embarrass you out there. If you're asking who's closer to Bird, I'd say Luka Doncic." When asked about Luka's place among the greats, Miller didn't hesitate. "I'm not surprised he's already in that elite conversation, probably in many circles the best point guard in the game at age 20. Two-time MVP. Steve Nash also offered high praise. Luka might be the best 20-year-old the NBA has ever seen. The game's different now, faster pace. No hand-checking. But still, Luka's polish at that age is rare. LeBron was incredibly gifted, but Luka might have been more refined at 20. He's never going to be the athlete LeBron is, but he's underrated in that department, and if he stays healthy, he's a Hall of Famer. When asked whether Luka could surpass fellow European legend Dirk Nowitzki, Nash responded, "It's definitely possible." Dirk was catching up physically at 20. Luka's already there. Dirk was rare back then. Now it's more common for Europeans to enter the league ready, but Luka isn't normal in any way. He's special. Finally, Paul Pierce, another NBA great and former Celtics star, shared his thoughts. Luka might be the most skilled player in the NBA. Me and him, we have a lot in common. No, seriously. He looks slow, almost lethargic, but always gets to his spots. He's deliberate, calculated, and just flat-out effective. While I might be the better passer when it comes to scoring ability, he and I have a lot in common. I expect great things from him. You're talking about a kid who made one of the most impressive leaps in recent memory from Rookie of the Year to an MVP-caliber player. He's special and undeniably talented. Even though Paul Pierce's comparison between himself and Luka Doncic might raise eyebrows, the respect and admiration for Luka's game is crystal clear. That admiration extends beyond players, too. Former Celtics coach Doc Rivers also praised Luka's unique skill set. Dončić has the ability to score, he gets into the paint, he's strong, and he's an elite passer, Rivers said. There's no great offense without a great player, and he's a great player. When asked to compare Dončić to other stars, Rivers said Luka is a mix of Larry Bird and Jason Kidd. He has Kidd's passing and Bird's scoring ability. That's what makes him so tough to guard. Rivers added, "I have crazy respect for Luka. He's tough, he plays with joy, and it's easy to forget how young he still is. Someone reminded me the other day and I thought, wow, it feels like he's been around forever." That's the mark of true greatness. Steve Kerr, another legendary figure-turned-coach, also didn't hold back in praising Luka. He's got a James Harden-like skill set, the crossovers, the step-backs, and he's brilliant, especially for someone so young. He's going to be a cornerstone of the league for a long time, Kerr said. You can see traces of Harden, Bird, LeBron, but in the end, when Luka retires, people will just say, he was Luka. Kerr also pointed out Luka's rare mental toughness. That confidence, that swagger at such a young age, it's very rare. He sees the floor so well, always a step ahead. He reminds me of Larry Bird in how he plays the mental chess game on the court. Despite early doubts before his NBA debut, Luka Doncic has silenced critics and earned the admiration of basketball legends. With his ever-growing confidence and ability, it's clear that his journey is just beginning. And if the past is any indication, betting against Luka becoming an all-time great would be a mistake.